Welcome back. So some breaking news in the last few moments. Prince William has pulled out of his godfather's memorial service for personal reasons. Cameron Walker is here. What do we know?
Yeah, really, really odd. Prince William was meant to be doing a reading at St George's Chapel in Windsor, the memorial service, as you say, for his godfather, King Constantine of Greece. The King was also meant to attend, but because of cancer, he's pulled out. But Prince William's pulled out at the very last minute as well, completely unexpectedly. He was meant to be there. I'm assured that the Princess of Wales continues to do well. So
she's sick and we still don't know what's wrong with her.
No, we don't know what's wrong with her. She's not expected to be in public until Easter. But Kensington Palace have cited a personal reason as to why Prince William has pulled out last minute. Now, they refuse to go into any further detail on that, other than to confirm and reassure us that the princess is fine. But it just seems incredibly strange that something which clearly would have been in the diary for months and months and months for his godfather, where he was due to give a reading, so presumably his name is printed, Prince William's name is printed on the order of service. He's pulled out quite so last minute.
And the Queen was very close to King Constantine. He was a great friend.
Yeah, and absolutely, and as was the King, because of course they were second cousins. King Constantine was also Prince Philip's sailing partner as well in the Olympics, and he was obviously lived in London for 50-odd years when he was deposed in the 1960s from Greece. But it just strikes me that it's incredibly odd that the heir to the throne, bearing in mind his father has cancer, so should be one of the most senior royals going, has pulled out last minute, which means it's probably quite a serious personal issue.
And people will now inevitably speculate, has he got a health issue too?
Well, exactly. I mean, he may just have a cold or something. And
but they would say
they
that.
Would normally, if he's got a heavy cold.
You know, we're not living in the COVID era anymore. That used to be the card that people pulled when they wanted to get out of something official.
Yeah.
You know, if he was ill, surely they would say... Because, maybe they can't say he's unwell, because then everyone goes, they're falling
apart.
Like flies.
Well, exactly, and you mentioned COVID, Bev. Actually, they kept the fact that Prince William had COVID very quiet in 2020. In fact, he was more ill than his father, Prince Charles, when he had it, to stop this panic. And, of course, we've had so many health issues with the royal family recently, even if it is just a cold, and Kensington Palace confirmed that, as you say, we'd all start panicking.
Thinking of precedents here, I can't recall such a senior royal pulling out of such a big public event at such short notice.
I mean, apart from Queen Elizabeth II in the final years of her life.
She was in her late 90s.
Yeah.
This is a young man who's barely 40.
Yeah, usually they do keep calm and carry on. There's no suggestion that it is a health issue, by the way. It could be something totally different. But, of course, the fact then refusing to go into further detail means we're now all speculating as to what it is.
Yeah, well, that's the trouble.
As a parent,
and it'll come out, won't it?
I'm thinking, what situation, under what circumstances might Prince William pull out of something like this? A security threat? But they would presumably say if it was a security threat?
If it was a security threat, then it would affect every other member of the royal family. Windsor Castle is heavily guarded, bearing in mind the Greek royal family is also there.
And isn't Queen Camilla going?
It's not an intelligence...
Yes.
And Queen Camilla will
So Queen Camilla's leading it, according to
Buckingham Palace. So then, as a dad of young kids, the only situation under which you might pull out is if you've got an issue with a child.
Yeah, possibly.
And you say,
you know,
it could be that, you know, especially if your missus is incapacitated or recovering from something and you feel you... But they've got nannies coming out of...
Yeah.
Anyway.
He's a hands-on dad. And she's
a hands-on
mum.
dad.
Yeah, they are. And they've got, you know, her mum's pretty good.